everyone. How are you doing? I hope we all had a wonderful night's rest, and I hope we're ready for today because today is going to be an eventful one. First of all, overnight we had. Give me a second. Give me a second. Give me a second, pardon. All right, good. So overnight we had Aussie CPI and the inflation news, consumer price index come out, and the numbers came out lower than expected. So, which means most people are going to be investors are going to be bearish for the Aussie, and which helps our GBP AUD position fundamentally, right? So we technically it's a bullish position, and then fundamentally the news that came out supported that too. So let's look at the trade first, and then we go analyze the pairs for the day. Okay, so first of all, as you can see with GBP AUD, right? So this was right our swing low and our swing high, and if you look at that, right? So if we take this from this swing low right to the swing high, you can see, I remember we always want to buy when it's at discounted prices, and then so Aussie came into the discounted price, and then you can see here, what do we have? Liquidity, right? Liquidity, all of this got swiped, and so now we expect, right, for the move upward. So that's, and then so now with that settled on the daily, then we go to the 4 hour for precise entries, right? So what we wanted was, okay, so now we've identified our area of demand from the daily, right? This whole sell here before this buy up. So we now come to the 4 hour, we look for some valid area of demand here, right here. This was our valid area of demand on the 4 hour, right? And we have liquidity resting right above it. So it came, price came into it, took out that liquidity, and then, right, so we had this push up, but we didn't break fractal structure, 4 hour fractal structure. Remember, we always want to break that 4 hour fractal structure, giving us increased confirmation, right? Giving us increased confidence in our position, right? So that didn't happen. So then we came, swiped the low, right? So took out the early buyers. Now we had that change of character, retest, and then we found an entry to take it back to for a 1 to 3, at least a 1 to 3, right? That's that was our trade on Aussie dollar. I hope that is as clear as it can be. And okay, so what did we look for? Market structure, fractal structure, liquidity, supply and demand, and then we entered. If we needed further, remember I always talk about quarterly opens and weekly opens, right? Weekly open also acted as an area of support right here yesterday. So it was just a totally beautiful trade, and let's hope that trade can take us to TP. If you took the trade, congratulations. Now let's go to what we have for today. Euro USD. Let's start with Euro USD. Today on Germany is gonna release their preliminary GDP, and that mostly moves the market rather than the final one, because most, like, everything that wants to be priced in would have been priced in from the preliminary. So today is going to be an important day for the market. Also, we have the ADP NFP coming out, the FOMC, right? So that's for the US dollar, right? And then we have the Canadian, the Bank of Canada. They're going to host a press conference, so that should also, so today is a very eventful day, and it's 30th of July, end of the month, so it's a very eventful day for the market. So let's watch and see what the markets wants to do. Swing wise on the on Euro USD, you can see we're bullish, right? So we have here pullback, then we have a break of structure right here, which low caused that break of structure from here. Then we have another break of structure right here from this low, right? So until we take out this low on the daily, we wouldn't be like looking for bearish position according to my strategy, right? I don't, right? So that's that. But we could have found a trade here. It would have been risky, but still, yeah, that's what we do. We take risk, right? Yeah, but the point is, okay, now let's move to the 4 hour. Like daily, swing wise bullish, fractally we're bearish. On the 4 hour, we're bearish fractally also from this high, rather from this high to this low right here. Now we're having this pullback, right? So if we break this pullback, we want to take out this high, and then probably we can start looking for long positions. But remember, we have this whole area of demand right here, right? This is our whole sell before this buy up that broke market structure. And if we look at this demand level, it's not really a strong one. Why? Because it didn't take out liquidity before it pushed up. So we want to watch it. We want to see what's going to happen. We took out this liquidity because this push up. Now we want to see what's going to happen now that we're inside this area of demand. So if we break fractal structure and keep going up, then we just follow the trend and start buying. But if we break it and now we start looking for further sell positions below the 1.45 level. Okay, I hope that makes sense to everybody. All right, so DXY dollar, remember we wanted higher prices on the dollar so we can start looking for sales, maybe even take out this high, who knows. But the point where I'm trying to make here is these are strong area of supply, came into here, pushed the market down. Now we're back here, we grab this liquidity. Now we want to see what's going to happen. Fractally, we're bullish on the daily. Swing wise, we're bearish, but fractally we're bullish, and so we just want to stay away for now, since like we don't have our confidences, right? So we took out this high, this liquidity high right here. This is our fractal low, this is our fractal high. So break of this low can start signifying, okay, we're looking for lower prices on the dollar, because now we're trading at a what? We're trading at a premium. If we take it from this swing high to this low right here, right? So if you take it from here to here, where are we trading? We're trading at a beautiful premium. So looking for sells at a premium is never a bad idea. Okay, so now we just want lower break of fractal structure, and we can follow it downward. Okay, GBP USD, you can see right here, we talked about it yesterday, right? The consolidation pattern, 1 2 3, broke down, came here, beautiful break and retest, right? And now from there we start looking for lower prices on GBP USD to take out all of this liquidity area resting here, right? So we have open liquidity, and to come into this demand area. Okay, if we go to the daily, you can see it a bit clearer, right? So this demand area which grab liquidity, push market up, and then we had this consolidation pattern. Now we broke it, and now we're just looking for further prices. So we want some higher prices on for the sales. So we want some higher prices on GU, probably come into here, retest this area, and then maybe we can start looking for some sales. Okay, and if we pull out our fib tool, if we look at this right here, these are 0.5 area, so this can act as a resistance to push the market lower. Okay, AU, it's choppy. I don't like to trade markets that is moving in this kind of pattern, because you would just be wasting your money. There are better markets out there to trade for now than AU or than NU, so I would just skip it. I'm not interested in it for now. Even gold, I'm not really interested in gold, because if you take, okay, swing high, swing low, now we're just consolidating. Like, let's take it for example, the swing high broke market structure, right? And then boom, right? So we came into the 50%, pushed up, now we're just in premium. I'm not really interested in gold for now, because if we look at this, right? So this was the, let's delete this. Yes, delete please. So this was the demand that broke this market structure. Market came into here, they didn't even respect it and just pushed down. So we don't really know what's gonna happen. We don't have an idea for now, because this is just consolidation. This is just what? Consolidation on gold. Take it from here to here. It's just plain consolidation, right? Look at this. Just plain consolidation. Just plain consolidation, and this 50% acting as support, right? Support. So let's see, we're back at the 50%. Let's see if it wants to act as support. What else do we have? We have quarterly open. What do we have here? We have this demand level right here on the 4 hour. All right, we have this demand level right here on the 4 hour, which can act, and then we have liquidity grab. So this can act to push the market up higher. So what we would want is a confirmation above this area, right? So that was where my alert was, above this area. We want a confirmation above 3345.316. Want a confirmation, and we push up, and then we can start to look for higher prices on gold. But really, I don't have the full conviction in trading gold at the moment because of the market condition. You can see it's just being choppy. We're meant to have the impulse move next, but it's just being slow and choppy, and let's see what happens next. Okay, and then let's move to USD card. USD card, beautiful positions that we had here last week, and now we have the swing high, we have the swing low. Let's put it out. Okay, you can see this, right? And whenever we're in a range, also always watch for the 0.5, right? 0.5 acting as resistance here, right? If we go to the 4-hour, it's clearer, right? So you can see it came in here, pushed market down lower. So looking for buys from 0.5 is never really a bad idea, or sells depending on your market condition. Never forget that. Okay, now we're at the 0.75. We bought from 0.25 last week. Now we came to 0.75. Okay, so now we're at the premium. What do we want to look for? We're looking for, according to the market structure, we should be looking for buys. So I'm not really interested. So if we get a retracement into that 0.5 level, as we said, if we get a retracement into that 0.5 level, into this level right here, then we can look for further entries for buys, because fundamentally we are bullish on USD card. So looking for sells will be us breaking the daily fractal structure, changing bearish, and our daily fractal is way underneath here, so I wouldn't be looking for sells on this thing for now. So let's see how it goes. Okay, USD CHF. Sorry, this is a bit of a long video. We would end it really soon. We just have about 1 or 2 more pairs and then we go. Okay, so USD CHF, as we discussed last week, right? Right? So we know we're in a bearish trend, right? And then we have this liquidity high resting right underneath this supply level. Now we came here, we swipe liquidity. What do you expect after liquidity? We expect some pullback, right? And if you look at this, right, on the 4-hour clearer, right, liquidity resting here, we came to this one and then also to wick this one, and now we're seeing some pullback. Where's our fractal low? Our fractal low is right here, our fractal high is right here. So we want break of this low, and then we can look for further lower prices to sell it down, to sell it into this level. Okay, now we go on to CHF JPY. Okay, so for CHF JPY, right, I mean, what can I say? This is a bullish market. All we're just looking for is buyers to step into the market so we can follow them right now. So what do we have? We have liquidity lows resting underneath here. We have this swing low that causes break of structure, pushed up. So these are fractal lows, are fractal high, right? So we came here, we wicked it, and then now we're just retracing. We're in discount level, so it's beautiful for us to start looking for buys. So what do we need? We need a change of character on the 4-hour, right? So these are fractal high, right, above 184.3. Oh, pardon, I need to. So above 184.3, we have our fractal high resting right there. So once we break that, we can start looking for higher prices on CHF JPY. Okay, thank you. Have a wonderful day. I wish you the best of luck. Mubarak out.